beautiful day. This is the Lord's day. The day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Hey, you ever think of this? What if God's created some vessels in order to manifest His glory, His forgiveness, His grace, and His love in? Though all the vessels are cracked, He chooses some of them and saves them. They could be cracked in any way, through vile homosexual behavior, through thievery, through adultery, through child molestation, through murder, through name one. But He chooses those vessels, not because they look any different than all the other cracked vessels, but because His sovereign grace and His sovereignty says, I'm going to fill that one. That one right next to it, destroy it. So that His justice could be seen. There are some vessels on this planet that were created to be destroyed. They know it. They know where they're going. They don't care. And they say it to you, right to your face. You know what? I don't care. I will do what I want to do, irregardless of the consequences, and shake their fist right at heaven and say, I dare you, God, to do something about it. Guess what? Some vessels were created to be destroyed. What kind of vessel are you? Work out your salvation with fear and trembling. If you just cannot surrender to the obvious, if you can just not see the obvious, Captain Obvious, then you may be one of the vessels that were created to be destroyed and not filled. Today is your day of salvation. Search your heart. Search your mind to see if you be in God. Because every branch that is not connected to the mother vine will be cut off and thrown into the fire. Every branch that does not bear good fruit shall be cut off and thrown into the fire. This is the truth. It may sound mean. It may sound like something that's... You tell me what you would do in your family if you had 3 children and one of the children continually, over and over again, irregardless of everything you try to do to be loving, merciful, and gracious, over and over and over again, brought dissension and defilement into your family, raped his sister every other night, beat up his brother every other day, stole whatever he could that wasn't tied down or locked in a safe. What would you do with that child eventually? When you did everything you could to bring them around without actually telling them you have to be good. Because then you would supersede and violate and tyrannically override their free will. You tell me, as a father, as a mother, what you would do. Now do you understand the predicament that God is in? Now do you understand why He went to such great lengths to pay for the sin of people who just will not yield? They just will not submit to God's love. Not God's rule, because God's rule is love. Yes, God is love. He can't be anything but. You can't turn him into a hateful, tyrannical, genocidal maniac. You'll look like a fool trying to do that. You'll expose yourself as that person. Those who are born of God cannot continue to sin. They cannot. You can be a religionist and look to the world like you have it all together. You go to church every Sunday, you drive a nice car, you got a good job, you got 3 kids, they always act behaved, and be one of the vessels destroyed, to be destroyed. Because you are thinking that you are a pretty clay pot, all decorated, flawless, when you're nothing but a dirty, cracked pot. A very successful, very looks like they got their shit together, cracked pot. And you're very rebellion against accepting the unmerited favor, pardon, forgiveness, and grace of God, and standing in your own merit, in your own power, and in your own self-righteousness is what will destroy you. Do you know why? Because it's a lie. Someone lied to you. You may be lying to yourself. That devil voice in your head that says, you know what? You're better than your neighbor. Look at how successful you are. You drive around in a Cadillac, and all he's driving is a beat-up Ford that he's got to hold together with duct tape and a freaking coat hanger. Look at how much better I am than him. If he'd get his life together, if he'd stop drinking, if he'd stop taking drugs, he would be successful as me. As your phone goes bling, and you look at it, and it's your secretary saying, you're going to be at the hotel tonight. And then you put the phone down and you say to your wife, honey, I just got called into the office. This is a very important account. If I don't go in there, we're going to lose the account, and we got to keep up this lifestyle. And you jump in your freaking Cadillac and you drive off to the Chippehoy Inn and meet your secretary for a little night of extracurricular work. And you stroll into your house around 11:30, take a shower, crawl into bed with your wife and whisper in her ear how much you love her and how you're her provider and you can take care of her. Interesting.